The Federal Reserve acting to head off recession, slashing interest rates by 0.5 percentage point this week, while the race for president is neck and neck with just a month and a half to go. What does it mean for investors? Here to take it all up is Invesco global market strategist Brian Levitt. So, Brian, interest rate cuts, I think those are good news unless you super duper need them because the economy is crashing or something like that. So where do we stand now? Are we headed for a recession?
The good news is I don't think we super duper need them, but it was appropriate and is appropriate for the Federal Reserve to be easing policy. Inflation has returned to its comfort zone, right? If they look at their preferred measure, you're back at 2.5%. And you're starting to see some modest weakness in the job market. Unemployment rate has gone up 5%, given that the world we're in and likely going to is too tight. So it's appropriate to start easing. Can they do this without a recession? That's the hope. I think it's still the base case, but I'm happy to see them easing.
People tell me there's an election coming up.
I've heard.
It's quite close. Does the outcome of the election matter for the stock market?
It usually hasn't, and I don't think it will this time as well. I think I'm unpopular with both sides, Jack, when I say that. But even just look at the last two elections, a lot of concern about what those would have meant for markets. This is unbelievable. If you go from the day Biden was elected in November 2020 through the end of August, that's 960 trading days, up 60-something%. You look at Trump from the day he was elected in November 2016, 960 trading days, up about 60-something%. So I hear all the time how much these things matter. The way I've been taught to do this, focus on the direction of the economy, what the Fed's going to do, and far more often than not, you'll have a better sense of what market leadership is going to look like.
Let's talk about Bitcoin burgers. Former President Trump visited a crypto bar in Manhattan, and he bought some burgers and some sodas, and he paid with crypto. He's trying to win favor with the Bitcoin bros. So the same question about stocks for Bitcoin. Will the outcome of the election matter for Bitcoin?
The challenge with it is, buying burgers with Bitcoin, but you don't know what the value of Bitcoin is going to be going forward. That could be a very expensive hamburger. We don't know. So it's hard to consider it a store of value like a currency would be because of how volatile. Will the election matter for Bitcoin? I don't think so. We've seen Bitcoin perform well under multiple administrations now in very different macro backdrops. My view on Bitcoin, we know it's a claim on nothing. You don't get an income stream, so there's risk to it. But the way it's been trading is really a higher beta play, a speculation on markets. And so if we believe, like we do, soft landing, lower rates, all of that should favor Bitcoin, irrespective of whether it's Donald Trump or Kamala Harris winning the election.
Things have gotten pretty darn techy in the stock market in recent years. So are the gains going to broaden out from here? And if so, what should investors be buying?
So they've broadened out a little bit. We've had some head fakes here and there, and the broadening out typically takes place going into a recession and out. Right? Usually see in a more mature market, you get more concentrated as that's going because there's only a handful of names that could perform well. So, Jack, we're going to try and do something different here. We're going to try and normalize the yield curve, reinvigorate economic activity without a recession. And so if that were to happen, I think there's a reasonable probability. Cyclical, small cap value, those are the types of things that tend to perform well. Again, though, it's very dependent on the state of the economy. If the Federal Reserve is too slow on this and the unemployment rate starts to pick up, I assume the market will be very concentrated again.
We got 20 or 30 seconds. All year long, I've heard people agonizing over whether it's too late to buy bonds. But seriously, is it too late to buy bonds?
Well, I wouldn't want to be on the short end. So money market CDs, those rates are coming down now that the Fed eases. No, it's not too late to buy bonds. People used to beg for 4%. Right? Now you can get 4% in very high-quality U.S. munis, U.S. corporates. No, it's not too late to buy bonds.
That's 4% exclamation point compared with where we were. Brian, thank you.
Thank you.